Good morning, everybody. Sanbonan, good morning, guys. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Bonoza the Builder. I'm here again. This is our last episode. We are on episode 16. That means we've been running for 4 full months doing this thing. And I'm so grateful and thankful, guys, for everybody who've been here since we started. Because we're in December now, I realize and I know that people want to rest and people will be taking holidays and going to different places to rest. So I also need to rest. So this is going to be our last episode for the year, not our last, but this only for the year. So next year we'll be doing even greater things in a greater way. We have taken the lessons this year of what we are trying to do, and we've seen the response has been great. And I'm so grateful, guys, for all the support, for all the sharing, for all the taking your time. I know most of the time when we do these things, some of you are at work, some of you are busy at work, and some of you are busy your own thing, but for taking time to listen, I'm very, very, very appreciative of that. And I thank you so much for sharing what we do. Thank you for those who have joined our WhatsApp group. Thank you so much. Let me greet my people. Muruti, thank you so much for connecting. Thank you so much, Muruti Eli Kekana. Thank you so much for connecting. Yeah. So I was saying that we also have a group called the Builders Army, the community. If you want to join that group, please do join that group. We are speaking business. We are speaking inspiration. We are just a group of people who are trying to make a difference and build each other and make a difference. So thank you so much, guys, for the year that was. And this is my last episode for the year, but we'll continue next year in a bigger form, in a greater way, and even in a better time slot, because we realize that sometimes by these slots, other people are at work, other people are engaged in different things, so they can't connect during the day. But the nice thing that everything that we do here is recorded, so I put it on my YouTube channel. So if you have missed any episode, you have missed anything that I have done the past 4 months, you can go there and go and check those episodes. Those are the Builder on YouTube. You can find those episodes there. But guys, thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for them. For the encouragement. Thank you so much for being part of the community. Thank you so much for understanding what we are trying to do. We are not trying to make this thing or do this thing for money, but we are trying to make a difference and to build each other and to share experiences, to share ideas, to share knowledge. And because that is very important, because the things that I've been through, I know that there's no need for somebody else to go through what I've been through. So that's what we are trying to do when we're talking about building each other and building each brick, or building one brick at a time. We are trying to help each other. We are trying to say, you don't have to go through what I've been through. You don't have to go through what other people have done through. That's the reason why we are sharing even experiences. Because why? Because we want to do better. We want to help each other to grow. So thank you so much, guys, for the love and for the support the past 3 months. This is our fourth month doing this. Thank you so much. Right, if you can, please do share the broadcast and so that we can all continue to do this. So today I just want to talk about in these few moments, I just want to talk about keeping the main thing, the main thing. Keeping the main thing, the main thing. What do I mean by that? When we say you must keep the main thing, we are simply saying keep your focus. See, I don't know what's your main thing. I don't know what's the thing that you are doing. I don't know what you are building. I don't know what's your goal of focus or focus goal. I don't know what was your goal even this year. I don't know what you are planning. I don't know what you are doing. But I can tell you now, it is important to keep the main thing, the main thing. You see, it's easy to be distracted these days. These days it's easy to be distracted. There's a lot of voices out there. There are people have opinion about everything these days. People have opinion about things that they know nothing about. People have opinion about your life. They don't even know you, but they have opinion about you. People have opinion about everything that is happening around us. But I just want to encourage us today that irrespective of those voices, irrespective of all those things going on, irrespective of negativity, remain to keep the main thing, the main thing. What are we talking about when we say keep the main thing, the main thing? Like I said, I don't know what's your focus point. I don't know what's your goal, but your main thing is that one thing that you've been wanting to do, or your main thing is one thing that you are busy doing. It's your goal. When we talk about you keeping the main thing, we are simply saying keep your goal. And these are the things that we spoke about in the past 3 months to say how to keep your goals, how to keep the main thing, by simply being focused. Focus on your goal. Anything that you want to do, anything that you have planned to do, irrespective of the voices, irrespective of the naysayers, irrespective of who says what. If your goal is to lose weight, focus on losing weight. Don't be distracted about anything. So today we are talking about keeping the main thing, the main thing. Like I said, I don't know what's your main thing. I don't know what you have planned to do this year, but I want to encourage you. It's just a change of numbers, but keep on focusing on what you have planned to do. If you couldn't achieve anything this year, you still have next year to achieve those things. If you couldn't do what you wanted to do, you still have next year to do that. If you couldn't do anything that you wanted to do, you still have next year to do that. So don't compare yourself with other people to say, I failed to do certain things. Pondozo was able to do that, or Rumusa was able to do that. I couldn't do. Don't compare yourself, but keep the main thing, the main thing. Keep the main thing, the main thing. I just want us to talk about what is important to you. Like I said, when we talk about the main thing, we're talking about what is important to you, what is key to you, what are you building, and since you have started building what you were building, how is it so far? What are the mistakes that you have seen, that you have committed? What are the things that you can improve? What are the things that you think that you can do better? Because most of the time we beat ourselves up because we wanted success. We wanted to do things because we measure our success based on other people. And it's just something that I want to touch on, that success is not what we see. Success is a personal thing. If somebody else has been able to buy a car and you couldn't buy a car, that doesn't mean that you are less successful. Success boils down to your own personal goals. That's what success is. Success is not all these fancy things that we see. If my success, if my goal was to go to the gym and go and build my body, that was my goal. And if I'm achieving that, then I'm successful. But the problem is that when I compare myself now with somebody who's got a car, then I compare myself. I can't compare myself with somebody who just bought a car. Why? Because my goal was never to buy a car. So a person who's bought a car and they had a plan and a goal to buy a car, that is their success story. They are successful. Why? Because they managed to buy a car. And if your goal was to buy a house or to buy something else, and if you have managed to buy that, good for you, you have bought that. But if my goal was not to buy a car, it doesn't mean that I'm less successful. You understand? If I didn't buy a house, it doesn't mean that I'm less successful. If I didn't go to school or finish a course, it doesn't mean that I'm less successful. So we must never measure our success stories based on other people's success stories. If your success was never to buy a car, don't worry about buying a car. If your goal was to lose weight, it simply means then that if I go to gym and I'm lose weight, that is my success story. So we cannot generalize success, because when you bought a car and somebody doesn't have a car, we deem them as less successful. And I want us to take ourselves out of that pressure to say, anything that I was able to achieve this year, whether be it losing weight, whether be it enrolling in a certain subject, whether be fulfilling whatever goal that I had, you've been successful based on your goals, not based on somebody else's goals or somebody else's thoughts or ideas or sentiments about you. So I want us to understand that. That's why we talk about today keeping the main thing, the main thing. When we talk about keeping the main thing, we are saying keep your goals the way they are. Don't be distracted by my own goals. If my goal was to buy a car, yours was not to buy a car. So why are you distracted about me buying a car? Because that was never your goal. So keeping your main goals, or keeping the main thing simply means that you keep to what you have said you want to do. Like I said, if you couldn't achieve anything by 2024, you still have next year to do it. So you don't have to beat yourself and feel some type of way. If there is one thing that I've learned this year, if there is one thing, and I want you to write this down, if there is one thing that I've learned in 2024 is that not all your main things are somebody else's main thing. What is important to you is not going to be important to somebody else. If there is one thing that I've learned this year, I want you to write this down. Don't forget this. If there is one thing that I've learned for this year, not everything that is important to you is going to be important to everyone. I'm going to repeat that. Everything that is important to you is not going to be important to everyone. That's why sometimes you'll call people to say, hey guys, let's do this. Not everyone is going to come. Why? Because it's not important to them. Do you understand? So sometimes you start a business and other people won't support you. Why? Because it's your business. It's not important to them. Sometimes you come up with initiative. People will not come and help you. Why? Because it's not important to them. But there's always a tribe of people who think like you. There's always a tribe of people who will support what you do. So it's important to understand that it's not everybody who's going to be excited about the things that you're excited about. Not everyone is going to be shouting about the things that you are shouting about. But if you have a plan and you have a goal, focus on that goal. Focus on the goal, keeping the main thing the main thing. Your main thing is your main thing. It's not somebody else's thing. Your main thing is your main thing. It doesn't have to be somebody else's thing. And that's where sometimes we lose focus, because we think somebody else is going to be excited. You know, let me tell you the truth, guys. Let me tell you the truth. I've realized that not everyone who loves children. You know that? You know, a baby may come here and I will say, pucha, I will play with the child. But somebody else will pass that baby. Will even not pick up the baby. Why? Because it's not everyone who likes the same things. We don't love the same thing, and it's okay. But keep your main thing your main thing. Like I said, if your main thing was to start a business this year and we have registered, that is your main thing. It doesn't mean that you are less successful. But once you compare yourself with other people, once you compare your goals with other people, then you lose your main thing. You start to entertain what other people are doing. You start to entertain what other people are doing. And that's when you get distracted. Distraction is a result by losing focus to your main thing. When you lose focus to your main thing, you get distracted. You get distracted because you have lost interest or you have lost focus and in your main thing. So if there is one thing that I want us to take away from this broadcast, is that keep your main thing your main thing. And how do you do that? Not everyone is going to be excited about what you're excited about. It's not everyone who's going to be happy about what you are happy about. It's not everyone who's going to come running to you about the things that makes you excited. So no one owes you anything, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. Once you understand that, you will understand that the road to success is a very lonely road. The road to success is a very lonely road. Why? Because it's not everyone who's going to be excited about what you are doing. Your main thing is not everybody's main thing. You must understand that. So when people are not excited about what you are doing, or they are not excited about your dream and your vision, about your goal, don't get distracted. We have seen it. It's your goal. It's your belief. It's what you want to do. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing it. Keep at it, because it's your goal. It's your main thing. But immediately when you want to be affirmed by other people, when you want to somebody else to say, yes, you can do it, there is nothing that you're going to achieve. Everything that I ever done in my life, I had no's. I had people who say, Antwana, this is not going to work. I had people who say, but I had to do something that I've always believed in. Why? Because it was my main thing. So when you keep your main thing, you're going to lose friends, you're going to lose people, you're going to have naysayers, you're going to have people who say, you know? So keep the main thing the main thing. If you don't want to understand, if you want to achieve great things, keep the main thing the main thing. Like I said, your main thing is not everybody's main thing. It's not everyone who's going to support what you do. It's not everyone who's going to jump each and every time you've got an idea. Why? Because your main thing is not their main thing. So rest with that. Rest assured with that not everyone is going to support you. Not everyone is going to jump at your ideas all the time. You say something. Why? Because your main thing is not their main thing. But don't lose your main thing because no one affirmed you. Don't lose your main thing because no one is cheering you on. Don't lose your main thing because no one is encouraging you. Don't lose your main thing because no one is tapping you on the back. Don't lose your main thing because no one is shouting for you. Don't lose your main thing because no one believes in it. If you believe in it, that's more than enough. You see, I've come to a point in my life where I believe my own vibe. I believe my own thing. I believe I don't have to convince anybody else about who I am and about what I do. If I'm convinced, I do it. Because if I'm going to wait for people, I'm going to wait for the longest time. If I'm going to wait for people, you will never going to do anything if all the time you're going to wait for people. If you've got a main thing, like I said, I don't know what's your main thing, but if you've got a main thing, Go after your main thing. If you've got your main thing, continue to do your main thing. Because like I said, my main thing cannot be your main thing. And if you don't support me in my main thing, it's okay because it's not your main thing. But I'm not going to stop my main thing because now you don't believe in my main thing. My main thing is my main thing. And your main thing is your main thing. And if I don't come support you, don't feel bad because it is your main thing. You must do it without support. You must do it without affirmations. You must do it when no one is cheering you on. Why? Because it is your main thing. So keep your main thing your main thing. Don't shift your goals. Don't move your goals because no one is clapping for you. Don't move your goals because no one is encouraging you. You have to encourage yourself. You have to look at the mirror and look at the woman in the mirror and the man in the mirror and say, I can do this. I will do this without support. Because sometimes we wait for people to support us. Hey, you are waiting for people who don't even believe in their own things. Why they must believe in your own things? Sometimes we wait for people to support support us in our main thing. You know, you're waiting for support. They don't even have their own main things. So how can they support you in their own main thing? That's why I always say, don't share your dreams with people who don't have their own dreams. Because what they do is they will come and sabotage your own dream. Why? Because they've got nothing else that they are doing. Instead, they're going to criticize you. Instead, they're going to have something to say because they've got nothing that they are building. But when you do something, make sure that you share your dreams with those who have their own dreams because they understand how to build. Because they understand how it takes and what it takes to build. But when you just say things to people who don't have their own vision, who don't have their own dreams, they're gonna find a job to distract your own dreams because they've got nothing going on for them. But I want you to understand that keep your main thing your main thing. Keep your main thing your main thing. Don't allow anybody else to tell you that it cannot be done. If you have it here, you can do it. Anything that you want to do, you can do it. Anything that you can think of, you can do it. The only limitation is the mindset. The only limitation is the distraction of the voices. People telling you, this is not possible. But it's okay because it's not their main thing. But if it's your main thing, keep on it, baby. Keep on it. Keep on it. It is your main thing. You believe you can do it, then you can do it. So there are three things that I want us to understand again. That if there is one thing, I'm just sharing what I've learned this year. One, this is what I've learned. That guys, your main thing is not everyone's main thing. Like I said, not everyone is going to be excited about what you want to do. Not everyone. Is not their main thing, is your main thing. So you must keep at your main thing. Number two, consistency. You see, guys, you keep at it. No matter who says what, you keep on doing the same thing over and over again. Results will come. I'm a living testimony of that thing. When you believe in your own vibe, when you believe in your own thing, when you are so convicted about an idea that I don't care who says what, I'm going to do it. Why? Because I'm convinced and I'm convicted that this is what I'm supposed to do in this season of my life. You do it without anyone clapping hands for you. So I want us to understand that consistency is the currency. Consistency is what takes us through difficult times. Consistency is what propels us when no one is clapping hands for us. Consistency is what takes us to the other side when no one is pushing us to the other side. If you want to push yourself on the other side, believe in your own vibe. Believe in your own ideas. Believe in your own thoughts. Believe that this is what I need to be doing in this season and be consistent at it. Don't just believe everything. Like I said, there are so many negative voices, and most of the people who criticize other people are people who never built anything for themselves. I don't listen to anyone who has never built anything. I don't care who you are. I don't listen to them. Why? Because you don't know how to build. You don't know how to build. So how are you criticizing me? What gives you the right to criticize me? What gives you the experience to criticize me? I only listen to people who has built things. I only listen to people who have seen that they've started a business from here to there. Then I listen to those people. Why? Because I know that they know how to build. So don't listen to any Tom, Dick, and Harry who just speaks because they've got airtime, because they've got data. They just write whatever that they write, and then you take those advices. I don't take advice to anyone who don't have anything to show. I don't. I speak what I'm speaking because I've started businesses, they failed. I did certain things, they failed. But because I understand and I know how to build. That's why I don't criticize other people. Why? Because I know how hard it is to build. Because I know how hard it is to start from the scratch. Because I know how hard it is when no one is believing in what you're doing. Because I know how hard it is when no one is clapping hands for you. Because I know how hard it is when no one is affirming what you do. But when you've got an idea and that idea is your main thing, keep working on it. Keep on mining that idea. Keep on mining that idea. Keep your main thing, your main thing. I'm telling you, through consistency, it will give results. Keep at it. If it didn't work, don't shift it. Don't shift the goal. Change the strategy, but the goal must remain the same. If you've got a product, if it doesn't work, change something, but don't lose the product. Don't throw away the product. Say, this thing didn't work. No. If that is your main thing, find a way. But with consistency, something's got to break. When you are consistent in something, something is got to break. Ungamamela abantu banemilomo, abantu bayakhuluma, abantu bane-airtime, abantu bakhuluma ngomuntu ngathi bayamazi bangakwazi nokukwazi, bakhulume banike abantu ama-advices that they don't even know about. That's why I don't advise people to talk about things that they don't know anything about. I don't speak about any topic that I don't have expertise in. Why? Because I don't want to expose my ignorance. Most of us, we expose our ignorance by speaking about things that we know nothing about. So if you don't know anything about building, don't criticize builders. If you don't know anything about building, don't criticize those who are in the field building. If you have never built anything in your life, don't criticize those who are building. Why? Because it's their main thing. And I'm here to say, if you've got a main thing, keep on building, baby, one brick at a time. Keep on putting one brick. Keep on putting one brick. Keep on putting one brick. Finally, you will get where you need to get. I'm the living testimony. I live this thing that I'm written here. I'm building one brick at a time. I don't care who says what. I build every day. Every day I send an email. Every day I write something down. Every day I go to YouTube and study. Every day I do something. Why? Because I am building one brick at a time. Because I've got a main thing that I'm building. So I don't care who says what. If you don't affirm me, I've affirmed myself. So it's important to have that mindset as we go to 2025. Go with your dreams, baby. Go with your goals. Keep your main thing, your main thing. If it didn't work, go back and check. What is it that I didn't do right? What is it? What are the mistakes that I've done? Where can I improve? Go back and check. Go and ask, where do you need to improve? But keep your main thing, your main thing. Because I'm doing something. You don't have to do it like me. You don't even have to sound like me. You can learn from me. You see, that's the other mistake that we make. We always want to look like somebody else. Yes, be inspired. I'm inspired by so many people. I'm inspired, but I take this and that from them. But I don't want to be them. Why? Because I am blessed in my unique way. And I know that breakthrough only comes when I exercise my difference. When I build from me being different. When I build from me being upondoza. That's where my grace is. So I don't have to copy somebody else. Why? Because when I copy somebody else, I lose my grace. Because I'm blessed and I'm grace different. So I have to tap in that grace of being different. That's where my glory will come. That's where my power will come. That's where my things will come from. Why? Because it's when I embrace that I'm not like everybody else. So guys, I want us to understand today that keep your main thing, be consistent. In whatever that you are doing, be consistent. Stay at it whenever you feel like it or you don't feel like it. I said in one of the broadcasts here that, you will never build anything with feelings. If you are always depending on your feelings to do something, I can tell you now, there is nothing that you're going to achieve. Because today I feel like this, tomorrow I feel like that. So when I don't feel like doing it, I'm not going to do anything. Why? Because I don't feel like it. But we must build past our feelings. You must do things past your feelings. You can never depend on your feelings to build anything. You can never achieve your main thing if you all the time depend on your feelings. You must build past your feelings. You must be a person who masters their feelings. That I will do this thing whether I feel like it or not. Whether somebody else is supporting me or not. Build past your feelings. Keep your main thing, son. Keep your main things. Build past your feelings. You cannot depend on your feelings to build anything. You see, every person that you admire, that you look up to, they don't depend on their feelings to build. Their main thing doesn't depend on their feelings of how they feel or who thinks what about what they are building. But when you grow past that, grow past people, grow past negative voices, grow past naysayers, grow past your feelings, then you will build. Then you will build. Then you will build. But you've got to keep your main thing, irrespective of what people say about you, or irrespective of what people think about what you are trying to build. Right? One key element that I just want to say again is that in this thing, when you want to keep your main thing, you must be a stubborn person. And when I'm stubborn, especially if you say to me, you will see me, I will do it. I'm stubborn like that. Even if I do it from the point of trying to prove a point, I will do it. That's to show you that I can do it. So we must be those people who are stubborn. If you believe in an idea, be stubborn in your idea. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Because why? You need to build it through your feelings. You need to build it through negative voices. You need to build it through naysayers. Why? Because it is your main thing. You believe in it. So keep at it. Be consistent. Focus. Don't allow distraction. Don't allow anybody. And like I said, that's why I don't tell anybody about my dreams. I don't tell people who don't have their own dreams about my dreams. Because once I give them my dreams and they don't have their own, the next thing they will be focusing on destroying my dreams. So I just want us to understand it today, that keep on building, keep on building, keep on building, keep focus to forget about people. Let's go to 2025 with this understanding that I'm going to keep the main thing, the main thing. If you have failed this year, take the lessons, jump with them to 2025 and keep on building. Admit your mistake, take the lessons, learn where you need to learn, but don't discard your ideas because you failed. You see, it's only failure when you do nothing about it. But when you do something about your failures, that means you're gaining experience. You have gained experience when you take from what you have done wrong. You have gained experience when you take from the mistakes that you have made. But when you cry, when you leave everything there on the floor, we call that failure because you did nothing about it. But when you fail and go back and try to recorrect, then you have gained experience. You're not going to do that thing the same again. Why? Because now you are experienced. You know now how not to do it. Do you understand? So when we fail, it gives us experience. There is nothing that is going to give you experience like failure. There is nothing else on earth that is going to give you experience like failure. But once you allow failure to be failure, leave it on the floor, then it's called failure. Then it ends there. But when you go and take an empty page and take a pen and say, I've went wrong here, I've went wrong here, I need to improve here, I need to do better here, you gain experience. And when you rise to be a better person. And when you do that, that becomes, you become a person of value. Your value gets added. Why? Because now you're experienced in that area. So don't let anyone to tell you otherwise. Keep the main thing, the main thing. We are building one brick at a time. Put one brick at a time. Put one brick at a time. But there shall be progress. That is progress. When you put one brick at a time, there is progress. When you put another brick at a time, there is progress. That's why I say never compare yourself with anybody else. There are people who are so privileged enough that they didn't have to build anything. They just found things being there. But you and me who are coming from those families where we need to start from the scratch, let us start from the scratch. Build one brick at a time. Eventually, sizofika. As long as we are still breathing, sizofika. And we will continue to breathe one brick at a time. One brick at a time. One brick at a time. Finally, sizofika. So, guys, I just wanted to say these things today. One, be consistent. We are crossing over to 2025. Continue to build mntana sekhaya. Ungaphiki nabantu banemilomo, abantu bayakhuluma, abantu bahlala, abantu hleli awusebenzi bayakhuluma. Uyasebenza bathi uzenza ngcono, uthenga imoto bathi wena uzenza ngcono, uyashada bathi usho ukuthi ngcono, awushadi bathi something is wrong with you, uyashada awubi nabantwana babanenkinga, uba nabantwana bathi haya nabantwana abaningi so awubi nomntwana bathi haya ngabi nabantwana. Abantu angeke ubasatisfy la emhlabeni. Okusalayo building one brick at a time. Sizofika la kumele sifike khona. Awufika kona sizofika banamanga sizofika one brick at the time sizofika bantwana basekhaya. So please let us build irrespective kubhlungu ungasimnandi if kumele ume ngenyawo eli1 sometimes ima ngenyawo eli1 uphakamisa izandla zakho makulubhlungu leli uphinde ume ngale lelinye uphakamise elinye but one brick at the time we are building this team. Ungavuma ukuhluleka ngavuma ukuhluleka into mayikuhlulile go back ukuthi where can I fix it and take the lessons and move but ungavuma ukuhluleka ayikho into engayenzeki ungeva umuntu akutshela ayikho into engayenzeki ayikho into engayenzeki into mawufuna ukuyenza uzoyenza thina senza izinto basicriticize bakhuluma mara siyayenza lento kusalayo sizofika. So guys, I just wanted to encourage us this day on our last episode. It took longer than the others because this is the last one, but I just like to say, guys, please keep the main thing. I don't know what your main thing is. I've got my own main thing. You've got your own main thing, but don't lose focus. Don't be distracted. Don't lose focus by social media. Do your own thing. Keep the main thing until you figure ngaphiki nezazi zasempumalanga abantu bakhuluma kakhulu intwana yami angeke bakunike next abantu bayakhuluma banemilomo bakhuluma bahleli bangekho bangana anything that they can show criticize abantu abasegroundini who are busy building their lives. Do you understand? So ngaphiki nabantu intwana yami if you've got a goal focus on that goal intwana push iphupho lakho and keep the main thing ngabanake kusalayo sizofika kusalayo sizofika son ngaphela umoya qhubeka ntwana yami sibuilde so bonana 2025 this is going to be our last episode for the year but thank you so much guys for the support. My name is Pondoza the Builder. I love building people. I love building and sizoyenza lento le. We're not going to leave this earth the way we have found it. Our names must be on the history books. Ukuthi abantwana bethu mabaphila emagama wethu abavulela iminyango. Abantwana bethu mabangahlupheki because thina sihlulekile. Yes, abazali bethu couldn't basikhulisa mhlambe to a certain level, but they did their part. Thina this generation abantwana bethu akumelanga abahlupheka sikhona. Ngamagama wethu alone mamntana makafika endaweni makathi ngumntana kaPondoza, that name must mean something to that place. That name must mean something kuleyo ndawo. So we need to work and build our names. We need to work and build for our children. We need to build for the generation that is coming after us. And how do we do that? We do that by building one brick at a time. We do that by building one brick at a time. Yeah, kelento yakho mntanami ekhayini ngabe bathi what akekho waqala ibhizinisi iqale wena. But we are forced zinhle ekhayini akekho waba nebusiness. If you want to start yenze and what you ngizoyenza lento le. Why? Because you believe in your dream and that's your main thing. You want to do it and you believe that this is a season to do it. Do it. If but yakho umuntu okagraduate ekhayini utshela ukuthi mina ngizograduate ngizoye varsity, I'm going to get that degree, I'm going to get that diploma and do it. Why? Because you believe in that thing and that thing will become your primary focus and becomes your main thing and you build on your main thing and you will see with consistency like I said is currency. When you stay at it, when you do it, something's got to break. That is a law. Something's got to break. When you hit on the same place over and over again, something's got to give. Something's got to break. Something's got to break. That's a principle. That is a law. Something's got to break when you do something over and over again. And we call that consistency. So hit on that thing now and then. Hit on that thing now and then. And you'll see 2025 is not going to be the same year as 2024. Why? Because you've been consistent. You have kept your main thing. If there is a message that I want to give you for 2025, do the right thing. Keep the main thing. Thank you so much, guys. I love you so much. Sizobonana last corner. But thank you so much for the love and for support. We are building this thing and we're going to build one brick at a time as we move up because currency is consistency and we will continue to do this thing, continue to build, continue to keep the main thing. My name is Pondoza the Builder and I am out.